crap, I didn't put it up. Okay.
I breathe so heavy when I'm in here. It's because the end of the day and my belly. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Hey everyone, this is the Underprepared and Overly Caffeinated podcast. I'm Liz,
And I'm Jess.
and we are two cousins who decided it was a great idea to start a podcast about the one thing that we aren't qualified to talk about: motherhood.
Yep, we're both. I can't. I thought. I can't do that. Okay, are we starting again?
No, you can keep going.
Okay.
I'll just edit it out.
Yes, we're both moms, and what makes us unqualified, you think? Well, we have no idea what we're doing, and we know that you don't either.
So maybe we can all get through this journey together with our own experiences and concerns.
Please like us on Facebook and like and subscribe to our podcast. Rate and review. Tell us what you think. You can find us. Oh, I said, damn it.
All right, let's start beginning.
Please start from
Let's
the
start from
beginning.
the
I
beginning.
gotta stop with the ums. Okay.
Actually, I gotta change that anyways. Hold on, let me stop recording because we're on Instagram now too. Hey everyone, this is the Underprepared and Overly Caffeinated podcast. I'm Liz,
And I'm Jess.
and we are two cousins who decided it was a great idea to start a podcast about the one thing that we aren't qualified to talk about: motherhood.
Yep. We're both mothers, so we are both mothers, so what makes us unqualified, you think? Well, we have no idea what we're doing, and we know that neither do you.
So maybe we can all get through this journey together with our own experiences and concerns.
Please like us on Facebook and follow our Instagram. Please rate and review. Tell us what you think. You can find us at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Anchor. We also have a blog linked on our Facebook page that you guys can check out.
At the beginning of every episode, we will provide you with our current food and drink of choice of the night or day whenever we record this. And then at the end of the episode, Jess will give us some tips she's learned as a child life specialist on how to handle certain topics and situations with children of all ages.
Today, our first topic is about mom brain.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm just going to keep recording since we're
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. Hey, Jess, what's up?
What's going on, Liz? How are you?
Are we podcasting right now?
We're podcasting. We're here. We've actually been here for about 30 minutes.
Hour now.
Trying to get that intro down, but we finally did it after like 3 re-records.
We wanted to redo the intro, make it more less robotic than it was last time, and to make it less robotic was actually a lot of work for us. It's also Sunday night, and we're putting the boys are putting the kids to bed. My husband's putting my kid to bed. I think yours is already in bed, correct?
He's in bed. I'm pretty sure he's still awake though, but I did not put him in bed, so I do not know what's going on.
Yeah, so we're pretty exhausted. But yeah, so how was your day today? Was it good?
I'm not gonna lie, it was actually a really good weekend, but today was kind of like a unicorn day in the terms of like having a toddler. I mean,
and that's
everything.
Something that you usually talk to me about, unicorns.
I know. It's like a day you would have. It's like a day that you described in the last episode about the perfect day. That was today for me. It was just like everything. There were no tantrums. We had no tantrums today. We woke up before 5 a.m. or after, I'm sorry, not before. We woke up after 5 a.m., which has been a struggle in our household for the last 3 weeks, which has just put us in this horrific spiral of overtired and cranky. But today we slept in a little bit, and by slept in, I mean like he woke up at like 6:30 or 6. It was between 6:30 and 6:50. I'm not sure exactly when. And he went to bed late last night, so I'm surprised. But woke up in a good mood, ate like a champ today, was so agreeable, was happy, was talkative, no fuss, like not one whine.
That's amazing.
It was amazing.
I bet you enjoyed that very much.
I did, because tomorrow's not going to be like that. But I enjoyed it today. It was nice. And like we had a busy weekend, as you know, because you were here yesterday.
Yep. Big party yesterday.
House. We had a big family party. It was the first party. That's not true. It was the first family party I have hosted, and I mean like 35 people family party. We did a late 4th of July party here. And our family goes hard when we party. my husband was
And when we
quite
say
alarmed.
party hard, we're not alcoholics. We just
No, it's food.
We love food.
Yeah, there was really not that much alcohol. It was just social drinking, but we had about 45 courses and it was too much. It was too much. We got in bed at the end of the night and Reese was like, wow, that was
I,
something.
I will say that Jess has never hosted parties like I've hosted parties. So for me, it was not too much. It was actually perfect.
Not
But for Jess, it was
okay.
hard. But she did a really good job. She did a really good job. You and your mommy put on a great party. It was definitely a lot of work. We could all see that. But we
Ooh.
all had such a good time. It was such a good time.
I'm glad people had a good time. I just was like, here's the thing. I feel like when you're going to have a barbecue or a family party, you're having it to enjoy the people who are coming to your house to like spend, like to see them, maybe even for 5 minutes. I don't think I sat down once the entire day. I was constantly running up and down the stairs for like a switch of food. Like it was appetizers and then we had dinner and then we had some elderly people who wanted to eat quicker and they were requesting
She's
very
talking about me,
specific.
guys. She's talking about me.
Liz wanted the cheese. I had a request yesterday to when the burgers went on the grill for the cheese to be like melted.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
And not so like just make sure
Not
they're like,
cold
I don't
cheese.
like it when you just throw it on. Like I want it to be melted. And I was like, okay. The girls weren't, we're fired up. I'm going as fast as I can. But I didn't get to like see anybody or talk to anybody. And it was just me and my mom, and we ran up the stairs about 48 times. My poor mother. I haven't even heard from her today. She's probably in a coma.
Still sleeping.
She's probably still sleeping. It was just too much. So I think if I do it again, it'll be like, listen, here's a few dips when you get here, and then we're doing burgers and dogs, and like I want to be able to see people.
Yeah.
We don't need like guys. When I tell you we had food, we had buffalo chicken dip, artichoke dip, these little like stuffed potato things. We had chicken wings. We had a cheese platter, and then an hour later, people were like, okay, what's next? Like, you just ate 25 dips. You can like wait a couple minutes. And then apparently not. I literally they got a little cranky because some of them go to bed at 6 p.m. and serving dinner at 5 when you go to bed at 6 is not acceptable. It was just too much.
It's a lot.
I'm glad everyone had fun.
It was good.
Yeah, it was just a lot.
Well, you get to relax today.
I did, but the problem is we have some leftovers and I ate.
I will eat them tomorrow when I come over.
I'm going to need you to take some. I didn't get to eat yesterday. That was a problem. I didn't really eat.
Yeah.
Because I was just like running around. So there wasn't a ton of leftovers. It's mostly sweet. So today I just like ate my body weight in cookies and.
I hope there's cookies left because I want those.
There's cookies. There's scotcheroos.
Oh, yes.
There's 2 types of cookies. There's scotcheroos.
I want the oatmeal.
There's a lot of Truly and High Noons if you want to have one at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning when you get here.
We can make a mimosa out of that.
Oh, we could. If you could bring
some juice. Yeah, bring some
juice.
I
do have some Capri Sun. And
that would actually be really good.
It's Kool-Aid if you want to if you want to make those mimosas.
Oh my god. Okay, so that sounds good. Yeah, my day was not as fun. I'm not going to go into detail. I mean, my kids were pretty good. We went to my mom's house for a little bit, but there were a lot of tantrums and everyone's really tired. When we got home, they just cried. So it was great. So here we are.
Well, you guys had like 2 late nights probably too.
We did. And
so that was like adding up.
Now I'm on vacation this week too. So like we have like a whole week planned for stuff, and it's going to be busy. It's gonna be like a relaxing busy because like we have something going on every day, but it's not like we're traveling here, there, and everywhere. So it'll be good. But would you like
nice?
Yeah, it is. Would you I actually, to go back to the Overly Caffeinated podcast, that's where we're here, right? How much coffee did you drink today? I was curious.
Right. Something really unfortunate happened to me today, and I will inform you all what happened. So it was on the weekends, we take turns sleeping in. So on Saturdays, I sleep in, and on Sundays, my husband sleeps in. Today was his day, but he wanted to get up like at around 8 because he's like, I want to go get coffee. So I'm like, okay. So I woke up and didn't really have coffee because by the time I got out of bed, I knew he was getting up. So I like played for an hour, or like sat around with Brayden, had breakfast, and then Reese got up and got coffee. And I drank about half, and then we were like, all right, let's take the Brayden and the dog for a morning walk. And carrying Brayden and his cup and a bowl of cookies that he was eating, and then my coffee, and then he's like 30 pounds. I dropped the coffee. Yeah, it
Oh,
was, and then it was actually really sad because
wah
I
wah.
dropped the coffee and I went, no. And then Braden got upset because he thought he
Yeah.
thought something was, he's like, no, no, mama. I'm like, no, it's okay. So I didn't really finish my coffee, but I came home and had a few Diet Cokes.
Nice. Nice.
People who listened last week actually told me they were surprised I was drinking a High Noon and not Diet Coke.
I totally agree with them on that one. You
Yeah,
are a Diet Coke fiend.
I am. It's an addiction. It's real, guys.
Hmm.
I swear. I've heard other people too. There are other people who have the addiction. It's
Yeah.
not just me. There's something in it, and I cannot stop. I am a full-blown addict. If it is in front of me, I cannot stop myself. I can't buy it. It can't be in the house.
I
And we
didn't
have some
even
in the house.
I didn't even see you drinking it yesterday at the party. Did you have a Diet Coke?
No,
Oh,
no, I didn't
that's
have, I
crazy.
literally I had nothing. I think I had a couple Trulies, but like I kept putting it down, and by a
Losing
couple
it.
Trulies, I mean I had like 2 sips of 2 Trulies.
Yeah.
And I kept losing it. So I had a lot of Diet Coke today.
Yeah. Make up for it,
So
of
I
course.
guess I'm kind of caffeinated. I don't know what the content is in that, but um
I don't know. I
yeah.
forget. I think
I
it's
used to know
like,
when I was pregnant,
yeah,
but I
that's
forgot
true.
now.
You have to be
Yeah.
careful with that.
Right.
I woke up early with the kids. And when I say early, it was like 6:30. So it actually really wasn't that bad. I was just being very greedy. And I was like, it's really early, guys. It's 6:30. I would like to sleep. But
I think for most people
oh,
that's pretty
I mean,
early.
for normal people, but mom's not so much.
Hmm.
So I went and put the TV on with the boys and I sat on the couch and then Luke finally came out and he's like, do you want breakfast? And I was like, nah, I just want a coffee. And so he went to go brew the coffee and he didn't realize that it was still on the ice setting. And our ice setting brews half the amount of coffee to make it stronger. That way you can add ice to
Oh
it and it doesn't
no.
get watery. And I've been drinking a lot of iced coffee lately. So I had it on ice, the setting, the ice. So when I went to go get the pot of coffee, it was only like half the amount of coffee. And I was like, hey, babe. So just so you know, next time you need to change the setting on the coffee machine because I added on ice. And he's like, Les, because he knows it's me, because I'm the only one that changes it. And I was like, but listen, just have to add a little ice and then we each get an iced coffee. So he made me an iced coffee in a mug and it was really good. Don't get me wrong, it was really good. It was really weird to drink it out of a mug though. I was not ready for that.
Yeah, that
Um,
is really weird.
and so I had
Yeah.
maybe like a quarter of it, and then I put it down somewhere, and I got busy and I forgot about it. And then I'm going to leave my mom's house around 10:30 because I had to stop at the store first. And I just had to get rid of it. It was all just water at that point. So I went to Dunkin', which I've been trying not to do because it's so expensive right now.
Same. Oh
Um,
my God.
but the cold brews are only $3 plus tax. So I mean, I feel like
Yes.
it's a win-win. So I
We
went to
did the
Dun-
same thing today because we're like, he's
yeah,
like, I saved
they're cheap.
$1 on coffee.
Exactly. So I got the brown sugar cold brew they have there because I like their flavored cold brews that they've been
Hmm.
having. And I ended up drinking all of that at my mom's house. Along with a Mai Tai at the same time. So it was
Ooh,
caffeinated and I felt good. So
good for you. That sounds fantastic.
yeah, so I was
That
good.
sounds nice.
I'm still doing pretty good on the caffeine part. Probably it's probably just overtired at this point, but I'll
Are you
make it
drinking
work.
caffeine right now?
I am not. So I am drinking a Cabernet Sauvignon.
Ooh.
I wish I could remember what the wine label was because I would definitely recommend it. But I remember the label has like a circus picture on it. It's pretty cool. Very I think it's called Freak Show, actually, now that I think about it. I think it's called
Ooh.
Freak Show.
Sign
It's a
me up.
Cabernet. I love Cabernet. It seems it's like my wine,
Cab
red
Sauv is
wine
my
go-to.
fave.
Yeah, it's very
Mm-hmm.
easy to drink.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pairing it with, you inspired me with the hummus last week. So I actually bought
Ooh.
hummus because it was on sale this week. Two for five. Two for five. 16-ounce
Ooh.
tubs. Those are big tubs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Market
Wow.
basket, everyone. Market
Oh,
basket.
I love Market Basket.
So I got
Love.
a tub of chocolate hummus and a tub of garlic hummus. And tonight I went with the chocolate hummus with graham crackers.
That's a good pairing with Cab
Oh,
Sauv.
so
That just like
good.
they just
So
go.
good. Oh,
Like peanut
yes.
butter and
I
jelly.
really thought about it tonight, guys. Not last week. I didn't think about it last week. I really thought about it this week.
Oh, good for you. I'm not as fancy. I told you last week was a fluke. I'm eating nothing because I'm so full. When I said earlier I ate my body weight in cookies and sweets. I did. It was borderline sinful. I'm ashamed. So I really cannot eat anything. I've actually already brushed my teeth for the night, guys. I just had to. But I'm drinking, it's, what is it called? Arizona blueberry or diet blueberry green tea. It's Arizona green tea. It's really good. It has no sugar and it tastes fantastic. It just goes down nice. I'm trying to flush out some of this bloat, but it usually I put a little tequila in it. Fantastic with tequila. I don't have it tonight. Like I said, I really couldn't add anything tonight. So a little boring. Hopefully next week I'll be more inspired.
Nice.
Yours sounds great though.
That is very good. All right. So this week, everyone, now we'll finally get back onto like the actual topic, the actual reason why we're here today.
Except hearing us talk.
Yeah, exactly. We're sorry. We tried to get off topic a little bit, just a tad. So today we're going to talk about mom brain. Does everybody know what mom brain is?
Woof.
Because if you don't know what that is, then you're not a mom.
I could write a book. I could write a book. I have had so much. Now doing a little bit of research. I didn't do a whole lot of research because, I'm not really a researcher, but I did a little bit of research. And I did some too.
I looked into mom brain, right? And from the websites I could see, it seems like mom brain is only talked about when you have a newborn. And I'm sorry, but I do not have a newborn anymore. And I haven't had one for 2 years. And I still have mom brain. It's crazy how much I'm forgetting, but like, it's not the important things. It's just stupid things I'm forgetting. I forget to call someone, or I'm forgetting today. Perfect example today.
Tell me, Elizabeth.
I'm setting up my boys to go to my mom's house. Now, my husband was staying home to finish our half done bathroom. That's been half done for a couple of months. Not his fault. Have had no time. So he wants to stay home to work on the bathroom. I'm taking my boys out of the house to keep them out of the house so they don't distract him. I'm packing our bags. I got their bathing suits, got their towels. They wanted to bring their bikes today. So I was like, sure, let's bring your bikes. And they fit in my trunk, thankfully.
Wow.
So I threw their bikes in my trunk.
Good mom.
I wanted to make bruschetta for my mom today because I've been obsessed with bruschetta lately. Carbs and tomatoes. What's better than that? So
health food.
I packed all that stuff and I'm trying to get them all ready. I'm asking Emmett, put your shoes on, go to the bathroom, put your shoes on, go to the bathroom. Must have asked him like 20 times. Luke even had to come out of the bathroom and be like, dude, listen to your mom. So finally I get them all settled. I went to go grab my bathing suit, went to go grab my towel, and I thought I put them in the bag. When I get to my mom's house, I'm getting the kids in their bathing suits. I go to put mine on and it is not in the bag. And I go, what, where'd it go?
Yeah.
Emmett, did you take mommy's bathing suit out? No, I don't know where it is. I'm looking through the diaper bag. I'm like, maybe I put in the diaper bag, not in the diaper bag. It's not in the bruschetta bag I had with all my bruschetta ingredients. It's not in the towel bag that I brought. I go into my car. It's not in my car. I call Luke. I'm like, did I leave my bathing suit at home? Like, is it on the table? He's like, no, it's not on the table. He said, it's not in our bedroom. It's not in the bathroom. I'm like, where in the world could I have put this down? Like, when I know I grabbed it, I know I had it in my hand. I went to go grab a towel. I remember opening the cabinet to grab the towel. And then I completely black out. Do not remember what I did after that. So I finally get home this afternoon. And lo and behold, my bathing suit and towel are sitting on the changing table.
Woof.
How they got there, I have no idea. No idea how they got there.
Wow, no memory.
So I forgot. I forgot my bathing suit and towel, and I forgot something else too. I was doing really good today, guys. I wish. See, there it is. Mom brain again. Can't remember what else I forgot.
We don't even know what we're talking about. The mom brain is so bad. We don't know what we're talking about in this episode.
Oh, bad. And I'm just looking at myself. I'm like, how did I forget this? Like, my poor kids, they want to go in the pool. Thank God I'm at my mom's house and my dad can go in with them, or my sister can go in with them. But I'm like, hey, I forgot my bathing suit. Do you mind being in the pool with the boys? And of course, everyone's like, oh, yeah, absolutely. And they're like, oh, so great that you happen to forget your bathing suit. I'm like, no, I really did. Like, I don't know how.
No, I promise I'm just dumb.
I don't know how I did that, but oh, it was awful. And I felt so bad. But at the same time, I was like, well, I don't have to get changed today.
Honestly, it's kind of like a reward.
I know. I just had to sit there and watch.
Maybe that's why our brains forget.
Everything happens for a reason, right?
It's our body protecting us. So I did research too.
Okay.
And I this is an article from The Atlantic.
Mhm.
And in the article, it says there's evidence that pregnant women undergo shrinkages in the volume of like gray matter in the brain that may be
Yes.
permanent. And
Yes.
experts consider those shifts to be like a pruning of sorts.
Hmm.
And that's kind of where that idea of like mom brain, because it is so real. And I always, I heard you talk about it, obviously, because you had kids first. And then our cousin Lindsay, who I nannied for, she would talk about it a lot. And I was like, oh, what are you doing? And then I had Brayden, and oh my God, I think Reese, my husband, is alarmed at the things I forget. It's so concerning to me. But sometimes I'm like, should I talk to somebody? Because I remember nothing. Like, I
Hmm.
mean, nothing. We can have full on conversations, and I have zero memory of having the conversation. And I'm like,
Yep.
I don't know what, I mean, I have some theories of maybe, maybe what it could have stemmed from, but it's just so much more than I expected.
And
I didn't
it's
expect to be full on stupid. I'm borderline
so
stupid. And I'm like, what is
so
wrong with me?
when I was pregnant too, I remember people telling us all those myths, the if you hang like a stone over your belly, if it twirls or something like that, it's
Mhm.
a girl. I don't even know what it was because I didn't even listen to it. But I remember them saying if you have a boy, you lose your brains, and if you have a girl, you lose your
Oh,
beauty. I'm like, okay, first of all, that's horrible.
that is
So it's
really,
like,
that
so you're
is
telling me
quite
everything to
terrible.
be stupid or ugly? Like, what? That's not something you tell a pregnant woman.
Who wants to get pregnant?
I know. So I was like, okay. So when I found out I was having a boy, I was like, great, I'm gonna be even more stupider than I was before. And then when I
You
had
have
two,
two
and
boys.
now I have two boys. So I'm like, is that why I am forgetting all this stuff? And if you listen to the last podcast, I was stumbling over my words, and I'm gonna continue to do that because I don't think I speak very well, but I'm going to practice. I promise, guys. I'm really working on this. But
That's okay. I said,
but it's yeah,
so much.
I
I'm
definitely
so
use
alarmed.
the wrong words all the time. But I was
That's
like, is
okay.
that linked to having two boys? No, it's literally mom brain. We
Mhm.
have so many things going on in our head, how to keep a human alive, what we have to do at work, what we have to do at home, the chores, the shopping, the everything that we have to take just to go to our mother-in-law's house or our mom's house,
Yeah.
or the beach. I can't.
Oh my God.
I'm afraid to take the kids to the
I'm
beach at
afraid
this
I
point.
only have one and I
I,
haven't
you
even
know,
gone there yet.
there's so much going on in our head all the time that it's so easy for things to just slip through the cracks. It's so easy. And I mean, sometimes it's silly things like a bathing suit, like, oh, well, it can't go in the pool, whatever. But
Hmm.
sometimes it can be really important stuff, like I forget to call the pediatrician, which
Hmm.
I have been forgetting to do for like 2 weeks because I have no idea when Hunter's appointment is.
The
And I know it's
portal.
coming
You
up
got to
soon,
look on the portal.
but
I keep
I don't
telling
know my
you.
login for the portal because I don't remember.
Oh, get that reset. Reset.
I
Get that
know, I
reset.
know.
I know it's
So
hard.
it's so difficult to remember silly things. And I laugh all the time because they look at us and they're like, well, how could you forget something like that? But look at our husbands. My
Okay. I'm
husband
glad you brought this
forgets
up.
things all of the time. And I love him for it. And he always says he has a bad memory. I get it. My dad had a bad memory. I get it. But if maybe we didn't put so much on ourselves to think of everything, maybe we wouldn't forget so
That's the
much.
thing. So that's where I was going with this. And I'm glad you brought it up because moms have so much more of a mental game. And I was actually just talking to my sister-in-law about this. There's so much more of a mental game for moms.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's the tiny little things that like the dads don't always have to think about. And I'm sure, listen, if there are any dads out there listening, and I'm not saying our husbands aren't involved, they're great fathers, but like who does the laundry? Who makes sure the toenails are clipped? The fingernails are clipped,
Yes.
and when the clothes needs to be changed over or
Yep.
when he doesn't fit in this clothes and what PJs he's wearing, what's clean, what's not. He would do it if I asked him to, but I have to ask.
Correct.
I don't get that luxury. I
Right.
just have to do it because if I waited until someone asked me, it wouldn't get done.
Right.
So it's just
And
like those things are constantly in your head.
yeah, and in Luke's defense, of course, I can't speak for every husband in the world or every father or every spouse or whatever, your partner, whoever. They have other things to focus on too, and so do we. We get it. Like, I totally understand. Luke, he's trying to change our bathroom. He's completely renovating our bathroom, and He's always going to, cut the grass. He has to think about, and he can't think about when he's going to cut Hunter's nails or when he's going to sometimes feed the dogs. That's something that we're trying to get Emmett to do right now, is to feed the dogs, because I love them to death, but I've got so much to do that I also need to teach Emmett how to do chores, because he's at that age where he's 5. We're starting to let him do like little things here and there, and
That's good.
he already wants an allowance, and I'm like, all right, 25 cents for you every chore you do. That's all Mama can afford right now. Inflation, it's crazy.
It's expensive out there, guys.
So like Luke's really, really busy, and he's got work, and he's stressed out about work all the time. And even though he says he's not, I mean, Luke, man, I know you're stressed. It's fine, babe. I love you. But it's a lot. So there is a lot on moms to remember this stuff. But literally, it's in our DNA. It's literally science. Women can multitask better than men can. And anybody can Google it. Anybody can Google it. It's not me having an opinion, and I'm not going to give you an actual website because I don't actually have a website. But I know I have heard this before. We just know. That's how awesome moms are. We know
here at Underprepared. This is science.
This is literally we are literally underprepared, guys.
Evidence-based facts, straight facts.
So but we multitask way better than way better than men. And I'm not trying to insult you. Please do not, if you're a dad and you're listening, because I know our husbands will probably be listening to this podcast later.
Sorry, babe, I love you.
But they know it. Like, we think about a lot, and this is why a lot of us have anxiety. This is why a lot of us we're just in our heads all the time. Like, I'm usually quiet because I'm just so focused on what's going on in my head all the time. And it reminds me of this video that Luke showed me literally years ago, probably after we had Emmett. And this had to do with exactly what we're talking about. I'm going to have him send me the video if he can find it, and I will post it in the notes under this podcast episode.
We can put it on socials too.
Yeah, we'll put it on socials if I can find the comedian. But it was a couple of years ago. And this comedian, he was so funny. He was talking about his wife gave him a list of 3 things to do. I believe it was he had to take one kid to school. He had 1 kid in the car. So he had to take his oldest to school. He had to go to the store, and then he had to bring his kid to daycare or something like that. So while he's on the phone, or his wife calls him on the phone after he drops off his oldest kid, he goes and she's like, can you pick up something at the store? And he's like, yeah, sure. So now he's focusing on dropping his older kid off, going to the store, picking up this thing at the store, whatever. So he brings his youngest in with him, gets the thing at the store, goes back, puts him in the car, and then he goes to pick up his oldest from school later. And so he's focused. I was like, I went to the store, I did this. Okay, so I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna go get my oldest in school. So he walks into the school, and the teacher's like, oh, where's your younger child? And he's like, crap, he had left the baby in the car. And I mean, I don't know how old the baby was, and he didn't say there was, he even said there was no harm to the baby. I know there are stories. He said there was no harm to the child. He literally ran outside, got the child, and came back in or whatever. But it's like, because his wife had added that extra task of whatever it was that she had asked him to do, he had literally taken the last task off his list and just threw it out the window. Like, he just completely forgot. And because he was just focused on the 3 things. And so we reference this to each other all the time, Luke and I, and I'm like, sorry, Luke, I got to add one more thing to your list. So what are you going to take off of your list? And it is true. Like, again, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, men. We understand, like, we get it. Like,
do we?
we understand to a certain level. Okay, if it's literally just our makeup and we can multitask better than men can, then that's what it is. And maybe that's why we feel the pressure to have to remember these things all the time.
Wait, I have a theory though. Here's more science. Here's our science.
Our underprepared science.
Some more science here. Here's my theory. I don't think it's in their DNA. I think it's totally society based, because I think that's just, I mean, and I'll be honest, like all the stuff, like I was saying, like, I think of all the little things that like dads usually don't have to think about, like cutting the nails and stuff. Mm-hmm. But part of it is like, I've never given him the opportunity to be in charge of that, because I've always just done it. But right. I think a lot of it is society based, like growing up, that's not, that's just you, that's what they see. You know what I mean? Like and it's getting better today, obviously, with like gender roles, and we have come a long way. But I mean, I don't think guys are programmed, or, like nature versus nurture, the 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 nature, I guess, part, or they're just, guys are guys. They don't learn those things growing up.
Yeah.
They're not like nurturing, and they don't, probably their moms are the ones who took care of it. So they're not like,
even
moms
when,
just take charge.
even when humans were on the scene, I guess you could say, we were
those cavemen.
I don't want to talk with science and religion with anyone. So when we became about
Big Bang, or
we're not going to get into that today, but we were hunters and gatherers, right? The men were the hunters, the women were the gatherers. Wasn't that how it worked? Again, I'm very unprepared for this conversation right now. So but as gatherers, we gathered, the vegetables, or I don't even know, fruits. I guess that's what we got at the time. And if there's an actual scientist out there, please DM us. We would love some.
Yeah, someone can correct us on this.
Yes, absolutely.
We might sound real stupid right now.
We know how stupid we sound. But then we also had to literally make sure our children weren't going to get eaten by, like, a saber-toothed tiger, like if those were existed.
Specifically, we should write a book.
I mean, I know dinosaurs were gone at that point, but maybe a saber-toothed tiger.
We should write a book, guys. This is science. But you Science
get what I'm saying, right? Like, we had to protect the children because the men were out hunting, and we also had to prepare dinner and, clean the cave.
While the tigers are coming in. Clean the cave.
Sorry guys, we're in a laughing fit right now. I would like to add one thing to this, totally random. You may hate or you may love my laugh, and I'm so sorry.
Oh no.
Anyway,
the cave. You gotta clean. Someone's gotta clean the cave.
We're gonna have to edit this out. Oh god.
Anyways, does that cave? We should teach a lesson somewhere. This is good.
We'd probably be sued because we're so stupid.
Someone invite us to your classroom. We will teach a lesson.
Anyways. All right, we're gonna calm down for a second. Hold on, guys. So okay. Yeah, so I mean, we were born to be multitaskers. That was our job as literally women from the start of time. We literally had to multitask. I'm still dying over there.
I'm good.
We literally had to multitask just to keep our humans alive. And I mean, even today, we still have to keep our humans alive, although there are no saber-tooth tigers. I really hope.
We have to clean our caves. I just picture like a broom sweeping around dust. In an already dirty cave.
If you don't want to hear her laughing, just skip over a few minutes.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
So I told you we have this conversation, and at the end of the night, we've lost our voices, and our faces are so puffy because we've just laughed so much. That's our relationship, guys.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and of course we're gonna forget something. Of course, with everything that we have to think about in our day-to-day life, of course we're gonna forget something, and we really shouldn't be hard on ourselves. Some people on the websites I was reading, they were like, we should stop calling it mom brain and stop making fun of ourselves and this and that. And I'm like, listen, no. We are not serious people, so we're not going to go here.
Also, it's the only excuse we have.
Exactly.
I'm going to use it. Don't tell them.
We need to be able to laugh at ourselves too, and we shouldn't be hard on ourselves. I'm very hard on myself sometimes, especially when I forget something. Because I'm like, who else can I rely on if I can't rely on myself, and I know that sounds horrible, but we are definitely hard on
talk to somebody.
I do talk to someone. I have a great counselor if anybody would like
good.
one.
She's actually mine. We have the same counselor, guys.
I would love to see what she says about us talking about each other.
I know. She probably wouldn't take us both or wouldn't want to talk to us if she knew.
I'm gonna tell her about my podcast on Tuesday. I'm very
excited.
She's gonna be like,
the
last time I talked to you, you did not have a podcast, and now 2 weeks later you have a podcast. We need to talk about that.
Really needed to talk to you about this. Wow, she might like it. Katie, shout out.
Yeah, so we're mom brain. It's a real thing, and I don't want you to think that any new moms out there, it is okay.
Yeah, I don't want to scare the new moms.
No,
I know a few people who are pregnant right now.
I do too.
I don't know if they listen, but
I know she listens and listen. I'm thinking about you right now.
Yeah, it's not that bad. I always hated when I was pregnant, and the people that would come up to you and be like, "Get ready to never sleep again," or that like, "Hope you're enjoying yourself now," or it's like, it's not that bad, guys. It's not that bad. It's it's hard, but you forget some things here and there, and but it's fun. It's worth it. It's just it's like normalizing it almost. It's like you're gonna forget a lot, and it's fine. It's okay. Yeah. Or if you're like me, it's borderline concerning, but that's a whole other story. I think part of it too is I had after, and I'm sure we'll talk about this in future episodes, after the birth of my son Brayden. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Still a little choked up here from our cave cleaning. After the birth of my son, the way like his birth was super traumatic for me, and the way he was born was hard. And I actually went to see our girl Katie. We talked about, because I was having PTSD symptoms. So I had postpartum anxiety. It wasn't even really depression. It was postpartum anxiety, which I didn't even realize was a thing. I was having panic attacks, and like the birth was replaying in my head constantly. I could not shut it off. I couldn't sleep. And they were like, yeah, these are like, it's not PTSD, like post-traumatic stress disorder, but it's post-traumatic stress. And that, I think, was a big, here's more science. It was a big reason. Like my memory, like my whole brain was just messed up, and I swear it made the mom brain like 10 times worse, because I couldn't really function for a hot minute there. I'm good now, but it like played a super strong role. And like even now, like I feel much better, and I obviously went on medication, and I talked to somebody, and I feel great now, but I feel like my brain was like, it was changed forever.
Yeah. And then
now I just don't remember anything.
And back to what excuse me, I'm losing my voice, guys. Back to what you had started off with too, with the research that you did about the gray matter. I've read articles that have said the exact same thing, and again, like they said, they talked about the newborn stage and like, oh, it'll go away in a few months, it'll go away, and it really doesn't. Like I think they just call it something else, and I'm still gonna call it mommy brain, because I am a mom, for starters, and I'm still going to forget a few things, and that's okay. And when the women who are pregnant right now, who are listening, and when you have your babies, it's okay. It's okay to forget a few things here and there. If you have a good partner, you make sure you tell them exactly what you need them to do. Write it down, because remember, they can only think of 3 things at once, and if you give them an extra thing, then one thing might
write it down for you, and write it down for them.
Exactly. Write it down. Post-it notes are great. Get a notebook. We can remember the silliest things. We'll remember when the last time our kid pooped, but we won't remember who the last phone call was.
That's really true. That's an interesting observation.
Because as moms, we're so focused on the child. And that's what happened to me today, right? I was so focused on getting my kids ready that I forgot to get myself ready to go. And, we put them first. That's what we do. It is literally in our nature to do that. And that's where our brain goes. Our brain goes right to our children, and we put them first. And it's completely selfless. It's selfless. But honestly, that's what makes us amazing. It's 100% what makes us amazing. We are fantastic human beings because we put others before ourselves. It is exhausting.
Not to toot our own horns here. But...
helping everyone embrace their motherhood right now. But
I actually have a shirt from Old Navy that says "Moms Run the World" on the back,
yes.
and
Are you gonna
we
say what
always
Brayden
joke.
says?
We do, yeah, we do.
Yes.
I don't. I should record it. I'll
You
record it and we'll post it
should.
on socials.
Yes.
But I always go, "Who run the world?" And he goes, "Mama." Who run the world, Mama? And
That
he
is
just
so
knows.
awesome.
It's
You're
so
awesome.
funny.
We were joking about it yesterday at your party too, about how many dads did it take to put up a tent, and here we are, just like, nope, nope,
hmm
nope. You're doing it wrong. You're
Wait,
doing it wrong.
can we talk
Oh
about the
yes,
pool?
yes.
So I had this kiddie pool set up in the yard at
Sorry,
our
Reese. Sorry, Luke. We're
party.
gonna call you out right now.
We are calling you out right now. This is, you deserve it though. We love you, but this was just, come on. So the kids, we had this like big blow up pool I had set up because we had a lot of kids. And they were jumping in the pool so much that the top part of it was like a 3-section pool. The top part deflated. So I see one of the kids in it and I was like, sorry, I just lost my voice for a second. I saw one of the kids and it was like deflating and the water's coming out, or almost coming out. And our husbands are playing cornhole together, which is great. It was fun. But so I go to him and I'm like, can you get the pump? The pool is deflating. It's going to start losing water. Okay, cool. I don't even know. Like I think I went in to do something, and then like 10 minutes later, Liz comes running up the yard, and she's like, "Hello, the pool is losing water." And I was like, "I told them 10 minutes ago." And then Luke's like, "We're in the middle of a game," and Reese is like, "Yeah, just in a minute." I'm like, "Liz is like, the water is everywhere in the yard.
It's pouring out of the pool, but don't worry, you finished your game first."
Literally." So then Reese goes, like, finally, then he goes in and he's like, "Where's the pump?" I'm like, "I don't know where the pump is. Like, you got to go find it. I'm doing other things." And then Luke went to go carrying around a random pump in the car.
We had brought an extra pool in case we needed another one for whatever God
That's right.
reason,
Yeah.
and so he brought his handheld pump, which everyone was like, "Ooh, I gotta get that. Ooh, I gotta buy
I
that." Ooh,
know. Reese
everyone was
wants to buy
gonna
one
steal
now.
it from us. So he literally, like, by the time that Reese figured out how to hook up the pump, Luke had already gotten the handheld one, and I was like, "How many dads does it take to float up the pool?"
Well, because I blew up the pool while he was like putting stuff up in the yard to the beginning of the day, and he gave me an extension cord, but the extension cord only reached so far. We have a big-ish yard. It only reached so far. So I blew up the pool as close to the extension cord as I could.
Yeah.
So then we moved the pool to fill it. So when he brought the extension cord out, him, and it was your dad too, was like,
Yes,
"This
my
isn't going to
dad.
reach." And
No.
Reese is like, "What did you do earlier?" I'm like, "I moved. I had the pool was closer to the extension cord. It wasn't filled yet." So it's just like, guys, get it together. My God. But they did fix it. They did get it together.
They did. Then they went back to their game, and Luke
And
said
they
it was the
finished their
longest
corner.
game ever. And I'm like, I don't know how that happens. It's cornhole. I don't know what number you're playing to.
I forgot what the number. I started that game, but then I only played for 30 seconds because my mom called me to come, like,
Everyone was like, "Are you gonna go play with your husband?" I'm like, "No, no one invited me. He didn't invite me to play with him. Why would I go play with him if he didn't even invite
no one
me?"
asked.
I was like, "No, I'm gonna
Yeah.
sit over here and I'm gonna get sunburned," which I did on my neck. I'm pretty sure.
Oh no. Yeah, my yard doesn't have a lot of shade. We learned that.
It's okay. I mean, listen.
Well, we knew that, but that was probably the most people we've had at one time.
Well, now you have 2 brand new tents because your father went out and bought 2
My
more.
dad went in the middle of the party and bought 2 tents that we now own. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah. It's been a weekend, and it's gonna be a week for me because of all the stuff we're doing this week. So, but yeah, guys, that's mom brain. It's a real thing. It is totally normal, and don't beat yourself up about it. Do you have a connection to your job title?
Oh, do I have
Do your
facts?
do you want to do your
I
little
don't know.
facts corner? It can be completely random,
I don't know what facts corner is going to be. There's nothing that can relate to mom brain.
No, not
Because
with
it's
a
something about
child.
children. I mean, I posted something on Instagram, on our Instagram this week, about what we talked about last week about tantrums and kind of trying to limit those. It's things we're doing at home with Brayden, or we're actively trying to do. So I posted that. You guys can check out on Instagram. It's a lot of, validating feelings, appropriate choices, helping toddlers feel more in control, and following a daily schedule, which can, help with predictability. And, there's less room for a battle or a power struggle when a child knows what to expect. And again, can be given choices, even if it's simple, like, what shirt do you want to wear, your red shirt or your blue shirt? That's good for any kids, especially toddlers. Toddlers like to think everything is their idea. That's where Braden is anyway. Everything has to be his idea. If you suggest it, forget it. If he suggests it. So yeah, you can check it out on Instagram. I posted a little bit about it. But yeah, nothing today to connect to. I maybe we'll think of something this week and post it on the Instagram. If people are listening and they want or have questions or want tips, I hopefully can provide you with some. If not, I can direct you in the right place. But even if you want to comment on something we talked about, throw it in the Facebook, comment on Instagram, tell us what you want to hear, or send us your experiences and we can talk about it.
Definitely.
Because, I know we're not alone.
No.
Mom brain, whatever. Mom brain.
Our email
What did we talk about last week?
Perfect mom, I think.
Perfect. Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know. Our email address is on our Facebook page. Please like us on Facebook. Go to our email, underpreparedpodcast@gmail.com. We have an Insta up now. We have our Facebook. We have a blog. I try to write in it once a week, just a little something. Not really sure what topic's going to be this week. Maybe related to mom brain. Who knows? I'll probably forget about it. So, definitely, if you listened last week to our first episode and you liked it, please rate and review us, guys, because that's
so important.
And I say guys, I'm so sorry. I'm like the worst feminist in the world. Girls, women, like if gentlemen are listening, you too, please rate and review, because that's how other people are going to find us. And we want to hear how much you love us, or not like us. And please I prefer you like us, though. If you don't like us, just stop listening to our podcast.
Yeah. Just don't tell us. If you don't like us,
we need positive affirmations here, not negatives. Yeah. Okay.
If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. No, that's how we roll. No constructive criticism, nothing.
We moms
only tell us how much you love us.
We have to stick together so that we can continue to rule the world. So so please, you can, if you want to email us, please email us, please like us, please follow us.
Share with your friends.
Any new moms out there, if you know a mom who's experienced, who's my mom listened to it and she thought it was great because she's my mom, and she's going to tell me that it's great even if she doesn't like it because she's my mom. So shout out to you, mom, love you. But please, yes, send it to everyone you know. We really want to help someone who needs the help, and I know we did a couple of years ago, and we still need help. So, I mean, if you didn't hear that whole laughing fit we had a while ago,
clean in the cave. And if anyone has real science to back up anything we said, please send it to us. Or again, if you want us to come teach a lesson in your classroom, I mean, we're here.
We will post any of the websites that we read today. We'll post them in the notes in this podcast so that we can put credit to whoever we learned from.
Yeah. And then the rest was just
history.
It's just pure, true history.
All right, guys. I think we've tired us out enough.
It's time for bed.
Listen, we're going to bed. Well, I'm probably gonna listen to this because heck, I don't have to wake up till 6 o'clock tomorrow. So why not? But
jealous.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening.
All right.
We love
guys.
you. Bye.
Bye.